This horrifying image wasn't taken from a horror movie. It was captured on a real farm in Texas. What you're about to see are the most disturbing creature sightings ever caught on camera, ranked from the least to the most terrifying. Number 10. We begin this countdown with something subtle, but deeply unsettling. This footage was recorded late at night on a front porch in Florida. The homeowner was awakened by an alert from his security camera, and what he saw left him confused and disturbed. At first, it looks like a blurry shape, maybe a smudge or a trick of the light. But then you realize something is touching the lens. It moves, it shifts, almost like it's studying the camera, and then it's gone. According to the man who uploaded the clip, the creature seemed to have small limbs or fingers, as if it was gripping the lens. The entire encounter lasted only seconds, but it was enough to leave a strong impression. Viewers quickly offered their own theories. Some said it looked like a Cuban tree frog. Others mentioned land crabs, toads, even cartoon characters like the gecko lizard. Eventually, most people agreed it was likely just a frog. But what if it wasn't? What if something was observing us back, hidden behind an ordinary explanation? Number 9. If you thought the last video was strange, what comes next might leave you even more unsettled. Because this time, we're not dealing with a blurry lens or a flash of motion. What we have is clearly visible, and no one knows what it is. Captured just a few feet away from a quiet Texas home, this creature was spotted calmly walking across a backyard in broad daylight. At first glance, it may look like a coyote, or perhaps a sick mountain lion. But the longer you stare at it, the more wrong it begins to feel. Its shape, its proportions, its movement. Nothing about it quite matches any known animal. Many have tried to identify the creature. A starving puma, a mangy coyote, a hybrid of both. But none of the usual answers fully fit. The skin appears too tight, the legs too thin, the posture too unnatural. It's as if this creature was pieced together from fragments of other animals, and yet it moves like it belongs here. Local residents were baffled, and even wildlife experts couldn't agree. Some believe it's just a sick animal. Others aren't so sure. Could it be a mutation or something we were never meant to see? Number 8. Just when you think things can't get any weirder, something completely unknown shows up. No clear shape, no familiar behavior, just confusion. Coming in at number 8 is one of the strangest looking animals ever caught on camera, and to this day, no one can say exactly what it is. This short clip, filmed in the corner of someone's backyard, shows a bizarre, motionless creature hiding in plain sight. Its body is curled into itself, its coloring almost camouflage against the wall behind it. But the moment you zoom in, it stops looking like any animal you've ever seen. Feathery, furry, striped. What exactly are we looking at here? Some have speculated it could be a moth, or perhaps some kind of bird caught mid-movement. Others argue that the symmetry and the texture seem far too strange for anything natural. No legs are visible, no clear eyes, no movement. It just sits there, like it's waiting for something. And the more you look at it, the less it makes sense. Was this just a trick of perspective? Or a creature that doesn't belong in any known category? Number 7. The last creature may have confused us, but this next one, it terrified an entire rural community, because sometimes it's not just what you see, it's what you hear echoing through the woods at night. In the dense forests of Coffee County, Alabama, strange things have been happening. Locals began reporting eerie, animalistic shrieks in the dead of night. But they all agreed it wasn't a coyote, And it definitely wasn't human. Then ATV riders began spotting something in the trees. A figure, something tall, something unnatural, watching from the distance. Eventually, a small investigative team managed to capture this image. What we see is a tall humanoid shape with long arms and an unnatural gait. Some claim it resembles a man in a suit. Others say it's far too tall and too fluid to be human. The way it moves is almost insect-like, with a twisted balance between predator and shadow. To this day, no one knows what roams those woods between Enterprise and New Brockton, but residents still say they hear it, howling from deep within the forest, a warning, perhaps, that something ancient, something primal, still calls that land home. Number 6. This video was recorded in the middle of the day in what should have been a peaceful, quiet field. At first glance, there's nothing unusual. Dry bushes, open farmland. But take a closer look, and you'll notice it. A horned head, motionless, staring directly at the camera, human-like in shape, but with two sharp curved horns sticking out from its skull. It doesn't step forward, it doesn't retreat, it just watches. Some say it's just a prank, a man in a mask, but others argue the size of the horns, the way it blends into the bushes, and the way it remains still, feels too calculated, too unnatural. If it was a hoax, why not move? Why not scare the person filming? And if it wasn't, what kind of creature hides in plain sight during the day and waits for someone to notice it? Whatever it was, it didn't need to chase. It knew you'd find it eventually. Number 5. This footage comes from a man named Kyle, who was mountain biking alone on a remote forest trail. The exact location remains undisclosed, but what he captured has left viewers frozen. As he rides deeper into the woods, he begins to feel something watching him, like he's not alone. Zooming in, we see the creature's head, shoulders, and part of its torso. It doesn't run, it doesn't attack, it simply retreats, quietly, like a predator that doesn't fear being seen. Some believe it was just a bear, but bears don't hide like this. Others claim it was a person in a suit. But why so deep in the woods? Why watching a lone cyclist from the shadows? Whatever it was watching first, and it knew exactly when to disappear. Number 4. Filmed in the dead of night on what appears to be a farm, this next video doesn't leave much room for doubt. It begins with someone cautiously approaching a pen. A flashlight cuts through the darkness, and then, there it is. A dark, muscular figure hunched over a goat, feeding on it, ripping into it with raw, animalistic force. Some viewers were quick to call it a Chupacabra, a mythical creature said to suck the blood of livestock under the cover of night. But this thing doesn't look like a legend. It looks real, heavy, physical, and terrifying. The creature's movements are unnatural. Its body, too large to be a dog, too predatory to be a person. And most chilling of all, it doesn't run. It calmly walks away, as if this isn't the first time. If this is the Chupacabra, then we've been underestimating it all along. Number 3. The next image, originally posted in the Facebook group Ghosts of London, has been making waves online. It shows a chilling scene in a snowy, remote countryside. At first, you may think it's just a large animal, but take a closer look. What you're seeing is a massive, wolf-like figure, larger than any natural predator known in the area. And the way it's standing, that's what has people talking. Its legs are bent in a way that suggests it's not on all fours. It's crouched, preparing to rise, as if standing up like a human. Many in the comments called it proof of the infamous dogman, a cryptid said to walk upright like a man, but covered in thick fur and possessing inhuman strength. This particular shot, though slightly grainy, shows remarkable detail: long limbs, hunched posture, and forward-facing eyes. And most unsettling of all, it appears to be focused on something or someone. Is this a wild animal? A manipulated image? Or have we finally caught the dogman between forms, animal and man? Number 2. This footage comes from the rural village of San Pablo in Tucumán, Argentina. A farm worker, whose identity remains undisclosed, recorded something that has terrified an entire region. It all began when a strange small creature emerged from the bushes, while the man was operating a tractor. What happened next is the stuff of nightmares. The worker claims the creature flew at him with inhuman strength, dragging him off the tractor and several feet across the ground before everything went black. The man was discovered unconscious by a co-worker. He was covered in bruises, scratch marks, and deep red welts, all of which were documented and shared online. Skeptics say it's a hoax, but others, they've seen too much to doubt. Whatever it was, it didn't just show itself, it made contact, and it left a mark that won't be forgotten anytime soon. So far, we've seen unexplainable figures in the snow, disturbing encounters in the woods, and even a goblin-like creature that left a man unconscious and covered in wounds. But what could possibly top everything we've seen? Get ready, because this last clip might just be the most terrifying of them all. Number 1. It all started with a strange sound outside. A man, hearing something in his backyard, grabbed his camera and cautiously approached the window. At first, there was nothing, just the stillness of the night. But then, whatever that thing was, it didn't just appear, it charged. And the video, it ends right there. No explanation, no follow-up, just a terrifying encounter, caught on camera. After what we just witnessed, it's hard to imagine anything more terrifying. But what if I told you there's something lurking in the ocean? Something far more frightening than even the Chupacabra. A creature scarier than the megalodon, and it was just caught on film.